Yes, we got the debt ceiling farce. Just what I expected in regards to this. However, could the Republicans have gotten much better on this? No. And this is the thing been trying to get across to people here is that for crying out loud, elections do happen to have consequences. They do. The Republican Party has the House right now. Barely. The Republican Party blew the Senate the last two times. And when the Republican Party had the presidency, the House, and the Senate, they didn't do a damn thing about out-of-control spending. Period. The end. I'm sick and tired of Make America Great Again. How about we get Make America Solvent again? Anyway, I'm going to go back. This is not that long ago. Again, I'm banging my fist on the table and I'm yelling and screaming on the podcast and the radio show. I'm on Mornings with Maria and we're talking about this very topic not too long ago. We just got to go back to 2022 when the Republicans in the Senate decided to allow the omnibus spending bill to go through rather than push the spending into the Republican House when the Congress was going to switch over. No. Greedy pork barrel Republicans, a lot of them who were retiring at the time, Richard Shelby for one, wanted to send tons of pork barrel spending, earmark money back to their district. So they allowed it to pass. So do me a favor, okay? And this is the thing that drives me nuts. Okay, well, you get certain Republicans out there yelling and screaming about all this ridiculous spending. Where the hell were you on this? Oh, some of the conservatives came out against this. Rand Paul has always been, basically drawing the line. He always puts out his pork book every single year. Come on, people, you're full of shit. Okay. The Republican Party has been full of shit for ages and ages and ages. But crying out loud, this takes me back in time. This is back when Obama comes in and, they're having all the handouts and making homes, making homes affordable. What was it again? The HAMP program. There was so much. And when it comes to handouts and giveaways, bailing out the automakers, all this stuff. Tea Party. It's April 15th. And I'm giving a speech, thousands of people, where I used to live in Southwest Florida there. And I've got to go back to it. My first statements that I made in that, I was going after Obama. I was going after Democrats, going after Republicans, because they don't do what they say that they're going to do. Democrats, at least you got to hand it to them. They push their agenda. The Republican Party, they just cave. I left the Republican Party, it could be almost 2 decades ago, for crying out loud. Why am I going to be a member of a party that just is full of it? Because they are. These rah this. And I vote for certain candidates is who I vote for. And this is, again, this is as best probably the best deal that you're going to get, the reality. Anyway, let's go back. Again, this is talking about the omnibus killing the bill. Let's see a piece by Larry Kudlow. This is going back to December of 2022. Save America, kill the omnibus bill. It's a good place to start tonight. Stop the lame duck spending spree being conducted by the Democrats in both houses. Okay, this is where Larry, you're wrong. It wasn't Republicans in both houses. Okay, it was with Republicans as well. Not to mention the fact, Larry, you were in the Trump administration, my friend. You were. I didn't see you pushing back on all of the ridiculous spending that Trump had pushed as well. I didn't see you doing it. Then you got, again, talking about Richard Shelby. He talked about the amount of money. His earmarks in the omnibus spending bill, $650 million. Jim Inhofe, Oklahoma, $511 million. Lisa Murkowski, $490 million. Well, don't tell me you give a damn about spending. You really don't. Okay? When it comes time, when push comes to shove, all of you members of Congress, that's all you do. You keep getting reelected again and again and again. And that's due to the stupidity of the electorate here in this country. Keep voting you in. Hey, run, elephant. Yeah, run, donkey. It's so bloody stupid, for crying out loud. What was it? Was it the Seinfeld episode back in the day? And that's when George was working for the Yankees. He was the assistant to the traveling secretary. Remember that? And part of Seinfeld's stand-up routine was talking about how players are moving from team to team to team. And he said you're basically rooting for laundry. It's basically what you're doing when it comes to political parties as well. Anyway, let's get into Kevin McCarthy. Again, this is his deal. And again, I'm not faulting Kevin McCarthy for this. I'm not. Yeah, the old Clint Eastwood there, Dirty Harry Man's got to know his limitations. Speaker of the House has got to know his limitations as well. He got to know how far he can push this, right? Again, Republicans blew it. They didn't win the Senate again. All that winning that was going on that Trump talked. All right, we just keep winning. So much winning going on. It's been crazy. You guys have been getting your ass kicked for some time now. All right? Since 2016, you've been getting your ass kicked. Every single election. Oh, red wave. My ass, red wave. Anyway, debt ceiling worth passing. The deal is a significant victory for GOP priorities in return for raising the debt ceiling that had to be raised anyway. Mr. Biden tried to jam the GOP into a clean debt increase. Republicans forced him to the table when they passed the Limit, Save, and Grow bill. The lesson is that political unity pays. The deal lifts the current $31.4 trillion debt limit into 2025, capping non-defense discretionary spending at $704 billion. Again, it's higher than what Republicans wanted, but it was, the reality was it was $757 billion. It's down a little bit. Again, they're clawing back $28 billion of COVID funds. They could have done a hell of a lot more than that. But again, couldn't really, you didn't win. You didn't win. Again, you got Republicans, you got the two leading candidates. I mentioned this last week on the program. No one wants to touch entitlements. Donald Trump doesn't want to touch entitlements. Joe Biden doesn't want to touch entitlements. Fine. Don't touch entitlements. You're just going to get cut by 25% in less than 10 years. It's nothing really serious here, people. Okay? There's no great shakes in this thing at all. Another thing as well, I got to get into this. If you look into some of the provisions in this, and you're going to see Republicans point to this. You're going to see them point to say this is a big win when it comes to permitting reform. Again, this basically, you're putting together a 1 or 2 year time limit to complete environmental reviews for energy and infrastructure projects. The bill allows a project's developer to sue if the review isn't completed in time. Currently, reviews required under the National Environmental Policy Act of 1970 take an average of 4.5 years to complete and can involve multiple agencies. The deal calls for a single agency to assume responsibility for the study. And Republicans have wanted to speed up these reviews. And again, this also talks about this Mountain Valley pipeline, which is a 303-mile natural gas pipeline between West Virginia and Virginia. I think it's 95% completed, and permitting and lawsuits are holding that up. Again, Republicans are going to point to that as a big win. Again, being a little bit skeptical. I'm thought about this today, and I reminded me of that German folklore story, Hansel and Gretel, and how the witch which lures Hansel and Gretel. Let's get the gingerbread house and all the sweets and cupcakes and all that good stuff because wants to fatten up Hansel and Gretel because she wants to eat them. What do you think is going to happen right now? What do you think is going to be approved and fast-tracked right now with Joe Biden in the White House and controlling all of these government agencies? It is going to be a free-for-all right now with green energy projects. Each and every green boondoggle out there, because they get held up too. They get held up too with all sorts of permitting stuff. Well, guess what? Guess what? They're going to get shoved down our throats. And that's the reality. Again, this will flip. This will flip if the Republicans can ever take back the White House and assume some power. But for now, boy, oh boy, I feel sorry for all the feel sorry for the whales. I do. You feel sorry for the whales because they're going to continue to put up more eyesore windmills offshore, and we're going to continue to see whales wash up on shore as well. But anyway, push comes to shove. My ultimate breakdown on this is I think Kevin McCarthy got the best deal he possibly could. You're going to have a lot of conservatives out there already have coming out, putting out tweets. Can't do this. This is ridiculous. Lindsey Graham, none too happy about defense spending. It's not enough because of inflation. I think that their defense spending increasing at an average pace about 3%. Not good enough for Lindsey, who loves starting wars and being involved in all that good stuff. Other Republicans are basically saying that this is a joke. And I get it, guys, but what are you supposed to do? Well, I mean, again, maybe if you did a little bit more of this winning that was supposed to be had, we're supposed to get so tired of all the winning that's going on that you might have a better bargaining position. Guess what? You haven't been winning. Oh, yeah, well, you got a wee little majority in the House, lost the Senate again, and you don't have the presidency. So, again, the hell is Kevin McCarthy supposed to do? Well, at this point, what is he supposed to do? Again, I get it. Debt ceilings are times when you're supposed to really force the issue, and I think you forced it about as far as you're going to be able to. Again, I tell you here, people, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. And it's one of the things that frustrates the hell out of me. With some of the emails and comments and the stuff that I get sent in and people complaining about government spending. But then you vote for presidents. You vote for people that have no interest at all in controlling government spending. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. None. Anyway, there's your debt ceiling farce. And hey, I'm going to make a prediction here. Again, I'm not somebody who gambles, but I would take the over, okay? I would take the over on Democrats voting for this over Republicans. Again, they compromised a little. They cut a little bit of their spending, but it's business as usual. Again, billions, trillions, who's counting? WatchDog on WallStreet.com.